If you're tired of the standard business and marketing fundamentals, frameworks, and funnels, you need a little mischief. Get ready to turn up the volume on the CEO Mischief Maker podcast, where you access conversations with seasoned business owners who have smashed through mindset barriers, innovated the standard boring business and marketing playbooks, and executed future-paced strategies with bleeding-edge tools and tactics to micro-fail their way into massive success and growth. We are Mindset Impact Strategic Catalysts helping innovative entrepreneurs focus. We are CEO Mischief Makers. Ready to make a little mischief? Hey, CEO Mischief Makers. Welcome back to the conversation with my dear friend, Heather Havenwood. Heather, welcome back.
Thank you. It's been fun.
All right. So I am telling you right now, if you have all of a sudden stumbled on this episode, you need to just stop this puppy, go back to the previous one, and listen to what Heather talked about on Monday, which was our mindset show, in order to prepare yourself for what she's going to talk about next, because I guarantee you she's going to blow your mind now, just like she did in that episode. So Heather, you shared an amazing piece of wisdom at the end of our last episode. And I know you've talked about being able to understand technology, be a futurist, be someone who is an early adopter, and also be able to focus on sales and marketing and understand where the market's headed. So let's dive into that a little bit deeper and talk about who you're impacting. That's the first question I'm going to ask. And how you're innovating this whole idea of sales and marketing and software specifically, or podcasts and the other things you're talking about and working on, so that you can bring who you are, because you are a very unique personality. I will just say that right up front. So, so talk about impact first. Who do you really want to impact in this world?
It's actually a really valid question. It's changed over the years, right? It's changed over the years. And I wrote down during 2020 that I want to help 1 million women start and grow their own business. And where that kind of came from was back in 2017, I had a relationship and we were together, obviously, but we had a very successful business. And we went from like 0 to 1.5 million in sales. It was a supplement company that I, of course, packaged and positioned and marketed, because he doesn't know how to market. And we did very well. But again, I'm a bad picker of partners or something. So he, again, same situation as before in the last interview, stole everything. And literally I had nothing, and I had 28 days to pay my rent. And so I had to figure out something to do. And I hawked my engagement ring. So there you go for 1 month of rent. But what I did in that moment is I went right back to what I knew in this business and started my coaching business, starting my consulting business, and just pivoted, like, because I'm an entrepreneur, like I knew what to do. And I thought to myself, how many people, but let's just specifically women, are in situations or relationships they want to leave, or in a bad situation that get kicked out of, and they can't just pick up like that. It's a skill set to be able to create a business. So that's why I want to impact in the world.
Wow. So how are you doing that now and switching to innovation? Now, just to make sure everybody is clear that's listening to this episode, I don't think of innovation like the Steve Jobs and the Elon Musks of the world. I think of it as all of us human beings, because there's nothing new in the world. I'm just going to say that right out loud. Everything that's been done has been done before in a different way. So what is your way, right? That's really what we're talking about. How are you innovating sales and marketing, or software and tech, or podcasting, all the things you've talked about? How are you innovating that to bring in that experience you just talked about of being able to go from 0 to 1.5 million in a year? How are you innovating the structures that you use to be able to do that?
So back then in 2018, when I started my coaching business again, and just from nothing, I was just doing coaching. But I realized that my clients who were coaches and consultants themselves, and I was really good at their branding and marketing and positioning, right? Their positioning, and I would help them package, but then it was like stuck on tech and they were stuck on traffic. So they were like, well, what do I do for traffic? And so that's when I started deep diving into how do you do organic traffic? How do you do social media? How do you get on podcasts? How do you leverage podcasts? So I got myself on 450 podcasts myself. I've produced over 250 and at this point launched, I don't know, 60 or 70 other people's shows at this point. So I start, okay, that's that realm. Like, how do I help solve the traffic piece, the visibility, credibility, and authority? How do I solve that? So I really deep dived into podcasts and media really for a couple of years and then started teaching that all during COVID. That's all I did during COVID time or whatever, 2020. But then what I then saw was missing specifically with female entrepreneurs a little more than men is that they would get stuck on, now I have to have a site and a funnel, and what's a funnel and how do I do that? And I would see people like, oh, I'll do a funnel for you for 20,000. I'm like, dude, really? And the thing about funnels, and I believe in funnels. I like funnels. I love all that. There's 3 elements to a funnel. Like your funnel can be pretty, but if it doesn't have the right positioning, the right packaging, the right traffic, then it doesn't matter. And so that's why I'm really excited about this future, because now my agency and my coaching consulting can come in a whole new way where it's like, look, I'm going to help you with 3 things: is packaging, positioning, and profiting. I can handle all 3 of those. My company and agency can handle all 3 of those. We have the tech and we literally drop funnels into their account, we drop entire challenge funnels or application funnels or webinar funnels or whatever inside their account where they just point, click, and right click and change stuff. Like it's a Word doc at that point. And then we work with them on the packaging, positioning, and all that fun stuff. How do you position yourself in the marketplace? Because like you said, I agree with you. When anyone says, I got this new thing no one's ever heard about, I'm like, don't go there. Don't try to be a Steve Jobs. Because, right? I don't agree with that. Even if you listen to Bezos, I've listened to his speeches. He talks about something that people don't get. People go, oh, Amazon's new. It's not. What he did was he leveraged books. That was the first thing. He said, I don't want to create any products. So he leveraged this thing called the internet and leveraged a product that other people were already creating. That was his first product. And if you look at his entire business, he didn't want to create, now he didn't want to create an entire fleet, right, for shipping. He leveraged GPS, right? He now has his own drivers, but how many years did he leverage something that was already in place? So I think that's really important when we're creators and CEOs and innovating. Innovation, like Uber, they use people that were already driving a car, right? They already had a cell phone.
Yes.
They didn't make anything.
Yeah.
They just connected the dots.
Yep.
Right. And I think that's the future, is seeing more and more of connecting the dots and leveraging things that have already been created. Right.
Yes.
I think that's really important. So that's what I do. People already have podcasts. They already have an audience. Let's go get you on other people's shows because they've already built the audience.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's it. Right.
Yeah.
And then this software, I'm not building this software. This is a company that I vetted that is very, very good. I love them. I love their philosophy. I've seen the owner. I'm going to go meet with them next week in Dallas. And I love their philosophy. And I'm like, if I can sell cell phones, like back in the day, I used to cell phones, I can sell this, right? I know this will serve and help people. And the fact that I can take an entire funnel with bots and everything and drop it into someone's account it's innovative.
Yeah.
Completely. Duh, why didn't we do this before? So it's that's awesome. Thank you. So I'm just, using something that's already there and I'm white labeling it. Everyone knows it's Go High Level. I'm not trying to, not have that be there. Yeah. Someone goes, you're a software developer. I'm like, hell no.
No.
No. But I will say, and this is something important when you're innovating, I've been part of Go High Level for a year. I took a year to really understand it, right? What is it? I learned it. I tweaked in there. I deep dived into it. I got on calls with the company. I learned about them. I listened. And that's when I then decided, oh, I get this. This is something that can really help people and help clients. This is where I can innovate and impact more, leveraging this amazing company. That's just one example. And I think that's going to happen too with Chat GPT. I'm just figuring it out what that one is yet.
Oh, yeah.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think part
yeah.
of innovation is like, is packaging stuff together.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, my
That's
gosh. Yes.
do it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I know you and I have already talked about a lot of different things on other calls, just the two of us. And with this, with Chat GPT, with GHL, with all of these things and other softwares that we've worked on that didn't quite, make it. That this process is being able to vet that. That's exactly what it is. And then seeing your previous experience and bringing that into this software and being able to maximize the ability of that software to change people's lives, to actually make their lives easier. So are there specific things you look for when you look for software that you want to innovate? And maybe you can share that a little.
The thing that I look at a lot that a lot of people don't do. So here's my secret sauce for everything. And it took me a few years to figure this out about myself, like what I'm, like my little genius, if you will, like it's our genius. So we don't know we have it, one of those. Yes. My secret sauce of anything. And if I look over like my 25 years in business, it's like, oh, that was like the elixir. I am like really good at packaging and packaging something that people want. People don't want a software. I mean, everyone, like, there's a bunch of software. See, here's a link to software. Do you want software? No one wants a software. No one really wants a Tesla. Why do you get a Tesla? Because it's cool and it's different. It's unique. It's Elon. You're buying into other things. So no one, ClickFunnels is just ClickFunnels, just a funnel software. But who do they buy into? They buy into Russell and the packaging and like one funnel away. And oh my God, I want to ClickFunnels Live. Like it's something else, right? So I'm really good at packaging. So to give you an example, one of the companies that I took really big, this is a true story. This is my ex-fiance. We were dating and he's a chiropractor and his business was like, whatever. It was doing okay. And I remember in his closet and he opened his closet and he pulls down this thing. I'm like, what is that? He's like, well, it's this laser light thing where you lay on it, you like lose weight. And I'm like, well, let's try it. Like it literally was like a Saturday and I'm like in my underwear. I'm like, okay. And he's like measuring me. And then he's like, lay down. And and I get up and like, I literally lost 3 inches. And I'm like, whoa.
What? Yeah.
Why are you not selling this?
Back up here.
Like, right. He's like, well, no one wants it. And that he just, he didn't know how to package it. I was like, well, what are you charging? He's like, well, $3,000. I'm like, well, that's why. I mean, yeah. $3,000, like what? So, but he was up in his view, he just saw Zerona. And at the time they were in very big medical buildings and beautiful dermatology buildings. And that's the market. I said, no. Here's what we're going to do. So I named it. And first he wanted to call it like Laser Light Show or some weird thing. And I'm like, no, women won't, women don't want to go to a laser show. Like it's not. So
to lose weight.
Yeah, exactly. So I totally renamed it. I called it the Skinny Beam, right? That's what it does, Skinny Beam. And like, beam me up, right? Beam me up, Scotty. And he fought me the whole way, right? Because he was, that's just because his mindset, he was very engineer type.
Right.
And I said, no, just trust me. So I totally rebranded it, focused only on women, because I knew if the women come, men will come. Like, I'm not worried about that. Right. Yep. So the women, focused on women, I repackaged it. And then I did something really counterintuitive. We put it on Groupon for 3 sessions for $200. Yeah. And it blew up. We had a 3.5-month waiting list. This is in Austin. Groupon, because Groupon makes half the money, right? So Groupon's making all this money. And so they're pushing and pushing and pushing. They love that. Wow, this thing is converting. And I, because I created the ad because I'm a copywriter. So I created the ad and I created this super sexy ad, right? And it was like, wait. And boom, 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 boom. And then I created a package on the back end that was a $3,000 package. Our profit margin, that was like $1,500.
Yeah.
And then that's where it just blew up, and we did supplements on the back end with consulting, whatever. So I did all that packaging, and then his job was just to be the chiropractor and go, yeah, you're losing weight, and here's the next thing, and we killed it. But it was in the packaging, because remember, that laser light was literally in a closet, okay, for like a year. And then all I did was completely rethink, because I know the marketplace. So my point of that is, when you're looking at something, well, it's not selling. It's like, well, how are you packaging it? What's the value add? What's in it for them? That's where you innovate. I'm actually in conversation right now with a local business person. She's just a girl that goes and sells these things in the marketplace. And I said, what would it be like if I bought 3 cases of that at wholesale? And she gave me a cost. And I said, I'm going to take these and I'm going to white label and put them online. Are you okay with that? She's like, because I know what's possible with them. Right. So because I've done supplements before and stuff like that. So it's a test. We'll see. If it doesn't work out, I have a bunch of product that's kind of cool. I'll use it. But that's where innovators are different. Because here's the thing. I'll say it's one last piece. I learned how to make offers. You got to make offers. There's a direct correlation in the entrepreneur world of how many offers. If you're like, I don't make any money, great. How many offers have you made this week? How many offers have you made this month? How many offers have you made this today? Well, none. Okay, well, there you go. It's all about offers. How many offers and what's your price point? One last example. This just happened today, a couple hours ago. I'm looking for an assistant locally, put it out there. This girl answers. I see her resume is pretty much in digital marketing. And so I get on a call with her and she said, yeah, I'm building my own business. I have 6 clients and, I'll be full-time by the end of the year. I go, honey, I don't know what you're charging for 6 clients, but you should be at $10,000 a month for what you do. So I don't know what you're doing, but I can't hire you because I'm not going to bring you into my business and then have you take it over. Yeah. And she was like, kind of pulp, like, girl, if you have 6 clients, you should be at $10,000 a month. I don't even know. Yeah. I don't even know. But that's because I can just tell by her mindset. It's a mindset thing. She doesn't know how to package. She doesn't know how to create an offer. She doesn't know how to innovate. And so those 3 things, packaging, positioning, and profiting, I think are the biggest innovation mindset on how you can best impact an innovation.
Okay, hold on. If your mindset was shifted, you were inspired to innovate, and you were spurred into action, don't just move on with your day. Focus, my friend, and take a few minutes to visit CEOmischiefmaker.com to learn more about the value that was shared with you today. Please act now and create some CEO mischief of your own.